It is super duper late. I am super duper tired. But I'm also super duper excited because I just got finished watching Captain Marvel. Yes, good evening. I am back. And I am still rocking the green tie while wearing what I am 99.9% likely is what I'm going to be wearing to bed. Of course, I'll be sure to take the tie off before I hit the hay, because that's what I do. But anyway, I just got watching Captain Marvel, ladies and gentlemen, and as a certain music teacher of the Gettysburg area pointed out, we have 52 days until Avengers Endgame, and as such, I feel it best I should definitely see the final movie that comes out before Avengers Endgame. Therefore, I will now discuss my thoughts. All in all, I had a lot of fun watching this movie. It was entertaining and it was exciting. It was really great to see some of how the beginnings of this Marvel Cinematic Universe would sort of somehow technically begin, or whatever. Yeah, so let's get into the, again, I'm not really going to go into spoilers because, I don't want to do that. We live in the days of the internet. There's going to be hundreds of videos or hundreds of media-related things that are going to spoil this movie anyway, and I'm certainly not going to do that, so I'm just going to get into some of my biggest takeaways. The cast was incredibly awesome. Brie Larson, Academy Award-winning actress Brie Larson. As the role of Captain Marvel, she nailed it. She was totally awesome, and it's gonna be kind of hard pressed to. It's going to be hard for us to tell who's better, her or Wonder Woman. But honestly, if you are a girl or a woman or anything involving the female gender, this is actually, you are definitely living in good times. Again, Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, technically Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Strong female empowering characters, and that is awesome. I am always 100% on board with that. It's not like, I was about to say something really clever as to like how sort of, bad the times were, where for the most part every superhero you would see was, don't get me wrong, they portrayed good and justice and, saving the day and stuff like that. But for the most part, they were mostly portrayed as, predominantly white males or whatever. But now we're in the day and age where superheroes come in all sorts of, genders, colors, race, whatever. So that is awesome. And I am totally on board with that. And again, as someone who went to a prep school where that was pretty much the name of the game, how can I not be on board with that? So yes, Brie Larson was totally awesome. Clark Gregg, Samuel L. Jackson, Annette Bening, Ben Mendelsohn, or Brent Mendelsohn. Yeah, the guy was a Skrull. Yes, everything was great. And I would also like to point out, I never knew I needed the image of Samuel L. Jackson cuddling a cat until I saw Samuel L. Jackson cuddling a cat. That was my biggest takeaway from this movie. In fact, it's going to be most likely my tagline for what I'll put in whatever. So, yes. Honestly, I think this was a worthy final installment until Avengers Endgame. And keep in mind, this is the 9th movie in Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and all 9 films have been outstanding. I mean, I think the last sort of franchise to ever get some sort of record about that was probably the Harry Potter movies with the first Fantastic Beasts until, Crimes of Grindelwald came out and it got sort of, mediocre at best. But yeah, 9 films in a row and they've all been good. Man, it would be incredibly painful if Endgame dropped the ball. But I don't think it's going to happen at all. And think of it this way. If Endgame does turn out to be not good, 9 out of 10, that's pretty good. So yes, how about we get into some trailers that I got. Okay, The Best of Enemies, the Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell movie coming out involving that true story involving a KKK leader and a famous woman who I'm sorry, I forget the story. Basically, that it was fighting segregation in schools is what was going on. But I'm sorry if I'm not talking about this in great detail, but in my defense, it's really because the next trailer I saw came out. It was the trailer for Frozen 2. And even though I was being very courteous and not squealing like a little girl at the sight of basically seeing a trailer for Frozen 2 on the big screen, I can definitely tell you I did that on the inside. Man, I can't wait for November to come because I really want to see Frozen 2. Okay, and moving on with the Disney trend, we have Dumbo. The trailer for Dumbo. I got that. That actually seemed kind of... Sorry. See, it really is that late, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, I saw the trailer for Dumbo. That looks pretty good. I saw the trailer for Shazam, and honestly, I'm really glad that the... I have no car here. Honestly, I'm really glad that Shazam, the trailer, because it was the trailer that really has been coming up a lot lately. It's the trailer that everyone's been saying is pretty good. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing Shazam. I think it's going to be pretty good. Late Night, that's the Emma Thompson, Mindy Kaling movie coming out from the makers of The Big Sick. I like The Big Sick. I thought that was one of the best movies I saw back in 2017. And so I'll definitely say that Late Night should be pretty good as well. I got the trailer for Rocket Man, the Elton John movie starring Taron Egerton, which I have to say Taron Egerton is doing a fantastic job getting into the role of Elton John. I think it might actually, if the movie's good enough, it might actually be Oscar worthy, but we'll see come in May when it comes out then. And now, Long Shot. Okay, Long Shot, this is actually, I've seen this trailer online before, but this is the first time I saw it on the big screen. It's the, Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen movie where Charlize Theron is a Secretary of State and Seth Rogen is a writer, but when both of their characters are younger, Charlize Theron's character used to babysit Seth Rogen's character. Don't really know how that works, and so they sort of kind of get like a relationship going. Looks pretty good. It definitely looks funny. I'm interested. I'll give it a watch. Why not? The Hustle, the Rebel Wilson, Anne Hathaway movie about women conning men or rich men or whatever. So that definitely looks solid. I mean, to be honest, movies like Long Shot, Rocket Man, and Frozen 2 were definitely the best trailers I saw tonight. But there is one more trailer we gotta get to, and that is the Fast and the Furious spin-off movie Hobbs and Shaw, which I've never really been that big a fan of the Fast and Furious movies. Just because I never really have the opportunity to watch any of them. But, excuse me. With that said, it definitely looks entertaining. I definitely think it'll have its audience at the very least, which, is pretty good. So, yes. All in all, I had a fantastic time at the movies this evening. You know, with 52 days until Avengers Endgame, all we can do now is but wait. I honestly don't know what's going to happen between now and then, other than Easter. But yes, that is all I have to say about that. So like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I can really support YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I'm very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch, enjoy for today or this evening. I hope we all had a wonderful Thursday, because it's coming on 10 o'clock at night, and for the most part, a lot of us are getting ready to hit the hay. So it's likely you'll be seeing this tomorrow, but at the very least, I hope you had a fantastic night. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here at London Ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.